Welcome back to the Shipyard. Today, the Tamur. Now, this was a collective OP prize ship. So it's going to look really small in terms of content. Also, it's a Vulcan ship. And, and as much as I enjoy the thematicism of Vulcans, sadly, they are not the most playable faction in Star Trek Attack Wing. Really, they need a hard rework, recosting. They also just need more stuff. Yes, them becoming a subfaction of Federation helped, but it doesn't solve everything. More just made Fed better. Anyway, the Tamur. It's a Surak class, long, skinny ship. 2143. 2 attack dice, not scaring anybody. Outside of an era game. You know, played this against the NX, Andorians, Romulan stuff. I can see it. Whenever you initiate an attack, you may disable one of your non-disabled tech upgrades to add +1 attack die. Okay, we got some work here. This gives us use of cards that re-enable disabled tech, shift disabled tech from, or the disabled token on tech into time token, stuff like that. We get 2 tech slots and a crew. Really, what this ship needs is a weapon. Really needs a weapon slot so it can fire more than 2 dice. But it's okay. The Tamur does have a 180 arc, so that helps it. The maneuver dial's not bad. 2 turns are nice, being white. It's limited on green maneuvers, but it does get a 1 reverse, so that is also helpful. But capping out at a speed 4, again, it fits the era, but it doesn't really hold up in completely open play. The generic loses a tech slot, so crew tech 18 points. I can't really justify it. I know some people will disagree, but it's just one of those things. I gotta call it like I see it. Alright. Vanek is our first captain, and I think Vanek's pretty playable. 5 skill, 3 points, and all of your Vulcan and Fed tech upgrades cost 2 less points. So that's not bad. You're hard pressed to get more than 2. You can add a crew to give you another tech slot. You can add something like I keep forgetting the name of the tech that gives you a shield and another tech slot. But whichever one that is, you can get that, and that keeps things going. But Vanek has some utility, but essentially you're just paying for him to discount a whole bunch of stuff, and you're not actually getting a good ability. So he's okay. He's not great. He's kind of in a pinch to make a whole bunch of other stuff in your build fit. Generic captain is generic captain. Diplomacy. Now this is a star card. This, and I don't mean star cost. I mean this is like arguably one of the 10 to 15 best cards in the game. Maybe top 20. I don't know. Somewhere in there. It's in my top list of cards. Diplomacy is not a card I loved when it first came out, but the more I have seen it played, the more the more this game has evolved. Diplomacy just is something that keeps getting brought to the table, and something that I find is an awesome card, and probably is the best Vulcan card on the market these days. It's 5-point talent, and it's an action discard, and that's a high price to pay, but you target an enemy ship within range 1 to 3. Nice range there. You discard all tokens from beside your ship and the target ship except Ox Power. and both your ship and the target ship cannot attack or be attacked this round. So it's a way of saying, you know what? Let's talk, let's go sort things out, and we'll come back and we'll deal with this after everybody else clears things up. It's a way of isolating a big threat. It's a way of making sure your ship stays alive for another round. And if you can get a second action, this is a great second action to pull off. I'm thinking of, say, Martok 8 coming along at that higher captain skill, and then you diplomacy stuff after ships have moved. It's out there, and it's something that I think is worth a deeper dive, but something, if you're not thinking about diplomacy in your build, you should, because it is definitely worthwhile. All right, the combat vessel variant. Well, this is at least how you boost up your attack. So your primary weapon and hull values are each at +1. If you reveal a 4 straight, you can do a 5 straight. But if you do so, you take an Ox Power token. This can only go on a Surok. You're paying 6 points for it. That's just really pricey. It's really pricey to go to a 3-1-5-3. Now it's costing you 26 points, and you essentially have a worse version of Chemosite on your ship. Yeah, I get that it only takes a tech slot. And if you ran this with Vanek, it would only be 4, and then it's more so paying for itself, but it's just not great. I like what they did coming up with combat vessel variants, but then where's my research vessel variant, my science vessel variant, my first contact vessel variant, my exploration vessel variant, something like that. I know this is a combat oriented game, but I still want those variants. Tractor Beam, another tech. If you're attacked at range 1, you can disable this card to force the attacking ship to reroll up to 2 attack dice of your choice. So of course you're going to prioritize them rerolling crits and then hits, and you get to do that before they reroll their dice. It's okay, but a disable just is rough, because now if you use this, you can't use it to trigger the Temur. Plus, being attacked at range 1 already hurts, so this doesn't solve anything. Yeah. Alright, Koss. Koss got errata. But Koss essentially says, while Koss is on your ship, none of your other upgrades can be affected by your opponents. Discard this card after it protects another upgrade card. So Koss is non-optional, and the first time he protects, he is discarded. So there's some weird things about multi-targeting, stuff I don't want to get into here. Koss is okay, but you really have to have something high value that's worth protecting in order to run a card like Koss. Koss is one of a couple that do this kind of protection. So it makes him valuable and fairly unique. You've got Koss and Dispersion Field really is the true protection. Mazzotti is pseudo protection, but she's crew only. So you kind of have to go, well, if I need this thing, these are my only options to do it. And that's the pack. That's the Temur. Koss is good. Diplomacy is fantastic. And the rest of this pack is okay. I don't love the named ship. Captain Vanek is okay. And the combat vessel variant and the tractor beam are just, lacking a little bit. But Yeah, that's the Tamur pack. Um, I thought it was a solid addition to the game. Um, is it an absolute must have? No, but I think that it came with good cards, and so if you can get one, it's definitely worth trying to procure. And you definitely don't need more than one, which is always a nice benefit. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.